a little twisted. Scuba Pete, what's up? Oh man, that probably looks pretty bad. Which way did we go? Oh, we went the wrong way. How's this? Just let me sort out my view here. It's tough. It's tough to get right. That looks pretty good. Pretty happy with that, I think. How's everybody doing this weekend? Give me a thumbs up, like the stream. Let me know if you can hear me okay. How's the audio? If you can hear me okay. How's the audio? You can hear me okay. Thank you. All right. So as normal, every week, what I'm doing here is 8-Ball 101 for League players. I'm trying to build a community of amateur players where we can play some games of 8-Ball together, and I can track the comments here on my live stream, and we can go through the game. We can talk about strategies, we can talk about patterns, we can talk about techniques for certain shots and how to shoot them. We could talk about fundamentals. It's really decided by the viewers. So what I'm trying to create is just a place where we can get together and we can learn and grow as players in a community. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. What we do on the stream is usually we go through 5 racks of 8-Ball, shot by shot. We talk about what are we going to shoot, solids or stripes, and why, and the strategies that go along with playing a game of 8-Ball. So let's not waste time. Let's get straight to it. Cue Ball, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I hope I can make you a better player. I hope I can make myself a better player too. So the VNEA World Amateur Championships is happening right now in Las Vegas, and my daughter is down there and she won a Charlie with her team, so very proud moment for me. I've gone down there, I don't know, 4 or 5 times or something. I've never won a Charlie. She goes down for the first time and wins a Charlie. Very proud dad moment for me. So exciting. So here we go, rack number 1, you guys. I've been working on my break shot a little bit. And one thing I've found is, as a bigger guy, I'm about 6 feet, I really struggle on these small tables to unload my break fully. So what I do to try to take a little bit off is I've been choking up on the grip. So say your cue, I actually measure it out because I line it up with my elbow like this. So I try to find a consistent way I can break. And I don't know if you can see me well. Let me just turn this light on. I try to find a consistent way to break. And so for me, I line it up like this. And you see where my elbow's lined up with my hand. And I know that's where I grip the cue on my break shot. So I try to get some consistency. For me, I think if something works well, or if you're trying to do something in pool, it's important to have ways like that so that you know you can do it the same way over and over again. Like, I've always used portions of my cue. Oh, I grab right at the bottom of the grip, or see this J Flowers logo here. I'll cover the J Flowers logo with my hand and I'll try it there. So what I've found is I found this grip for me to be working. And that way I grab consistently in the exact same spot every time. So there's a little friendly bit of advice. Bang time, what's up? Yep. Well, Florida, hey, right on. Okay, so I've been breaking just one cue ball on the cushion and one cue ball over. I'm choking up a little bit, and I get pretty close to the ball now where my elbow is bent. Okay, I try to get down, and of course when I line up, I line up from back here. You can't see me, I'm out of the screen, but I line up from outside the table, and then I step into the break like that. Okay, so this is rack number 1. Let's try this. And when I'm breaking, I have a really firm grip here. This is really firm and tight, and my grip hand is loose. And then when I break, I try to shift my weight just slightly with the break shot. Okay, so let's see how this works. Not a bad break. I got a little too much bottom on there. I meant to hit it with a little bit more of a center ball hit. But that's where we're at. So, you know the drill, guys. What do you say here? Stripes or solids, and why? What are we up to with this? Trouble areas. So first thing we want to do is we want to establish trouble areas. And here we have a little cluster of balls. The 3 ball is tied up, but the way I see this is if you pick these stripes away, there's a certain order you can pick them away without having to break them out. So that's a positive for stripes, I think, here. Solids, we would need to break out that 3 ball. Just looking at this 15 ball here, the 15 ball does go past the 7 into that corner, so that's not a problem. This 14 is a bit of a problem, but if we're on this side of it, it will go in there. And any of these 3 or this 14 are a good key ball for the 8, I think. This 4 is a blocker for the 5, so I don't think that's good for low ball. And another thing that is not good for low ball is I have to play position on this 7 pretty soon. And I also don't really have a good ball around the 3 to use to break it out with. So for that reason, I'm thinking stripes here. You agree with that, Bang Time? I see you say stripes for sure, but do you agree with my reasoning on that? On why? It's easy for us, higher level amateurs to say stripes or solids. But what the APA 300s and the little bit of a division players below us want to know is why. Why did we choose that? So that's what I'm trying to establish here, why I chose stripes. 13, 15, 10. Yeah, Bang Time. Are you in my head? Feels like you're right in my head with that pattern. It's exactly what I plan on playing. 13, cue ball comes up here, and then we got the 15 easy shape for the 10. That's great. That's a great pattern, and that's where we're going to go from there. So I'm going to look closer at this little thing here. This 9, 12 is pretty lined up for a combo as well. Potentially we could play the 13 and come out and play this combo and then come back, play this and then play the 15. And that would give us an idea, an opportunity to open this up a little bit sooner. The other option for picking apart this is if you have good position here on this 9, you can stun over and you can play this 12 into this corner. But then what are you going to do with the 11? Another thing you could do is if you're on this side of the 9, you could play the 9 and hit the 11, and the 11 hits the 3 and opens up that 12 to the corner. And that's kind of a good shot too, but you got to get good position in here. So the thing about what Bang Time suggested, playing this 13, then the 15, then the 10, is then these 3 balls are gone. And now what? You know, now I guess we would have to play the 10, and we'd have to get pretty specific and land in this area here. Or play the combination and hope to open it up that way. So I'm really torn here, guys. Do I play the combo early to try to develop this cluster? Or would you do like what Bang Time says? Come here, shoot the 15, then play the 10, then either the combo or come over here for position. Which order? I'm curious. And why? Why would you do it that way? Let's hear what you have to say. Okay. What after the 10? The 9? Exactly. 11 past the 8. Yes, the 11 passes the 8 there as well, yeah. So you could play 9, 12, and then the 11, right? Yeah, interesting. I'm gonna put the phone down here for a second, and I'm gonna think about this and look at this and see what I can do here. Look at these angles a little closer. The 15 also goes past the 10 that way. So I think if I play this combo, I have to cut the 9 slightly. So the 12 will make the 9, and the 12 will hit the 11 out into this area, which might be good. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the 13, and I'm going to play the combo from here. Shoot the combo, try to develop that, and play position over here for the 15 or the 10, because both of these balls actually go into this corner. So that's what I'm going to play here. Play a little inside spin, which would be right hand siding in this case to hold the cue ball a little bit. Now I have a decent angle to play this combo. Almost too much angle now, I think. See what you guys say. Yeah, stop shot on the 15 would have been good, but I had too much angle to try to hold. So I don't mind this. I can actually play this combination, and the cue ball can come out for the stop shot on the 15 next. Let's try that. Or actually, I can play over here. I think that's what I have to do here, because the angle lays pretty natural to do that. So now we got the 15 ball. and come up the 15 ball and come up in between all of these balls right here, this angle. We can get back to the 10 from the 12 ball. So try this. It's a little bit tight, but I think I can pull it off here. Oh, I miscued. Thing is, I'm so close to the wall there, I had no stroke. That was bad. So this is my cue touching the wall in my basement. You can see it comes right up to here. So I was just a little bit too close to the cushion there. Man, that's disappointing. I think that's like on any table in league, you know, unencumbered. I think we run that table out, you guys, and I think our pattern was sound. Play that 15, come out into the middle here, and honestly, I think we're out from there. So it was kind of a bummer. Yeah, it was. Tony, close your eyes. Why? No, I'm not embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed at all. We all miss shots. We've all been there. Yeah, close to the wall. That was the problem, Tony. I shot you a message, Tony, on Facebook there for when you're coming to Alberta. Let's hook up somehow, buddy. I got the days off. I'm going to be in Red Deer for that whole event. Well, I'm going to be driving back and forth to Red Deer. I live about an hour and a half drive from Red Deer myself. So, okay, we're low ball here now, guys. So what are we going to play here from low ball? How are we going to play this, and how are we going to get out from here? What's the smart shot? And give me some ideas here. Where do we start? The 7 ball does go in the corner past the 6, so the 7's a shot I could cut in from here, but I can't really hold the cue ball very well. I could maybe come off the rail and use this 10 ball to help us hold the cue ball. Or I could use a little bit of inside and we could travel all the way down here for this 2 if we wanted. What other shots do we have? We have a 5-4 combination, right? We have the thin cut on the 1, but you know, my table's pretty fast and it's small, so we'd be coming back and forth a couple times on that. What do you guys think? What's the play? Let me know. Any advice? I'm going to play the 7 ball here, guys. That's what I play. I play the 7 ball, and I try to use the 10 ball to hold my cue ball for the 6. Let's try that. Oh, we missed there. Okay, and we missed the 7. And now we're jacked up over this 4 ball. And we're stripes now. So now what's the play for stripes? I'm jacked up here. I got nothing. I got the I can see the 15 ball. I might have a jump on the 12. I'm going to try for the 15 here. Sorry for the shoddy play, but just warming up here. First game. Game 1 is always a struggle, guys. Be patient. Yeah, I was jacked up over that pretty hard. Okay, back to solids now. I think we should, no excuses, we should be able to get out from here. We have an easy starter. So The only trouble now is the 8-ball is tied up. It doesn't go in that corner or that corner. So we have to think about that. What pattern am I going to play? The 6 gets me to the 7, which gets me to the 3. So 8-ball does go into the center pocket. And I'm not sure from here, but it might be able to go up in this pocket as well. So let's just play low ball here. Let's save that 5 for a key ball. Let's go 4-ball, 2-ball, and then try to come around here. Let's try to get into stroke a little bit here. So under hit that one a little bit. Gonna have to use the rest here. Jacked over a ball. I found with the rest, it's good to have a little short stroke. Less chance for error. And there's the error. Oh my goodness. This is horrible. And I hooked myself on the stripes. What a joke this is, this game. Okay, well, let's stay calm. Sometimes we have really scrappy games like this in League, you know? Think about when you first started playing League. Did you run out? No, you probably had like 3 or 4 turns at a table. So, shoot into the 8. Yeah, that would have been a better shot. Okay, guys, what's the kick here, Tony? What's the kick? Your high ball? You're hooked. How can you turn this into a positive thing for yourself from here? Yeah, thanks for the support, Tony. I mean, I'm trying to create a community here and trying to show people stuff. And sometimes I put a lot of pressure on myself to do well, and then I end up playing crappy live. So it is what it is. I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm going to just continue to try and make the most out of every situation. And that's actually how we're going to all get better here as a community, because like Tony just said, you guys, this happens on all levels. You end up having I've seen it in snooker over the years. I watch a lot of snooker. You'll see Ronnie O'Sullivan and Mark Williams, 2 of the greatest players ever to play snooker, and sometimes they can have a frame of snooker where they miss like 3 or 4 times, 5 times, which is crazy for them in one single frame, you know? These are guys who end snooker games in one visit. So it happens. Now I'm going to try to kick here, and I just want to make a good contact. But I don't want to sell out the game if I can avoid it. But I really can't see a place I can get a kick and potentially even get a lucky safety here. I don't know if I could kick and make a ball here. Really tough. If I could kick one rail here, which is very tough, and get the 12 over the hole, that might cause some problems for my opponent. But that is a very difficult shot, because as you see, I can't reach it. So I'd be using the rest and like over a ball that's very low percentage of getting a hit there. So I don't like that. Yeah, kick the 10. Kick and create a cluster. Okay. What I'm going to try to do, you guys, is I'm actually going to try to kick this bottom side of this 10 and get the cue ball to come back over here. And I'm going to do this by playing some top spin on this kick. And it's a tough kick, but I'm going to try this. I got some action, but I didn't get the action I wanted. Okay, so now we're low ball, and I'm just gonna play here, and you guys can let me know if you played it the same way or not, but I kind of just want to get stroking on the ball here, so just to get me going here. We got 5 games to play, so let's let me just play one here, and you can have a look at the pattern and think about why I chose to go the way I chose. All right. I was trying to nudge the 14 ball there. All right. This is why we got to warm up. Problem with the 12s, 12's a tough shot here for high balls, so think about how we're getting to the 12. I'm all over the place with my cue ball right now. I'm nowhere near, like, I'm supposed to stop here, there, and I'm all over the place, so bank side. A little bit of a recovery there. Play for the 11 here. I want to get nice and straight on this 11 ball, if I can, so I can roll through for the 12. Nice little rub from the 3 helped us out there. Now we just got a stun run through here and get on this 8 ball. And I'm almost straight in on this 8. There we go. And that was rock number 1. So hopefully it gets better from here. Do you guys have any questions as far as why I took that pattern at the end there? I mean, obviously that was a really lousy game. I thought we could have ran out if we weren't frozen to the rail there on that shot. So that's okay. This is rack number 2. Oh, have a good night, Tony. Thanks. Okay, let's try rack number 2. Maybe I was a little starstruck there playing terrible for Tony. Oh well. You know, I look up to that guy. He's such an amazing professional, an amazing player, and I hope to get an opportunity to play with him and learn, you know, because he's got a lot of knowledge of the game. Huge respect for him. Okay, we got a nice break here. Get in there. Oh, the 6 hung up. Okay, stripes or solids, what do you say here? I like solids. Right off the bat, I like solids because of this 14 ball is kind of tied up. The 6 is blocking the 13, and the 13 also doesn't go into that corner. So for me, that's a deal breaker right there. 1 ball goes in the corner, 5 goes, 7 in the side. So let's try to do the backwards plan. My backwards plan where I go backwards to forwards. I'm choosing low ball here. To me, it's the way to run out, just because it's less work. I don't have a treble ball. All the balls go. These hangers can be trickier than you think. You have to really watch it on these shots. So, how are we going to deal with that hanger? When I work backwards in a rack, what I mean is, here's the 8-ball. What's a good key ball for the 8-ball? Well, if you get nice and straight on the 2, that's a perfect key ball. And the 5-ball is a good key ball as well, because if you get straight on the 5, you can hold it. And if you get, like, say over here for the 5, you can shoot the 5 and easily come across for the 8-ball. So you got a couple options there as well, right? So we got the 5 or 2 for the key balls. So let's say either or is good there, right? And the 2 ball goes in this corner, will go in this corner and this corner. So now, what's a good ball to get on the 2? Because the 2 can bring us to the 5 as well. Well, the 3 ball is a good ball to get on the 2. The biggest problem we have really is the 1 and the 5. So we got to find a way to get on the 1 nicely. And we might be able to just do that by playing the 3 ball right now. But I have a bit of an angle on the 3, and the cue ball is coming this way. So and then we got the 6 ball, right? We could maybe play for a better shot on the 3 from the 6. So if we get straight on the 3 from here. Interesting. Interesting. What do you guys think? 3 in the side. Off the short rail after 5, 1, 7, 6. Yeah, that's true. Three, 1, 5, 7, 4, 6, 2. Interesting. Yeah, I like that pattern as well. A miss is the start on a next big run. Thank you. Okay, well, we only got 3 viewers now, and that's fine. Follow the 3 to the short rail. Well, I don't see that, but what I do see is the 6 is a bit of a trouble ball. And I'd like to get from the 3, and I'm going to try to stun through here. If I land nice on the 1, the 5, the 7, and I'm going to actually try to play the pocket for the 4 here, the window. Sounds crazy, but I think this is naturally where the cue ball wants to go, and I want to go with the cue ball then rather than against it. So yeah, I was able to hold quite a bit there. I held it more than I thought, so now I can play this 5. I could play the 7, or I could play the 6. I wanted to play for the 1 or the 5 or the 7 or the 4, but I think I have the 5 here now. Or I could play the 6. Really wanted that 4, but this 6, I'm telling you, it's a bit tricky. One way to actually hit this 6 is to hit this rail first and catch the 6 from this side, and the cue ball is coming up towards the 13 ball. Let's try that, because I think that's good. We end up on the 2 ball that way. That's a nice way to do that, but playing the 5 is better. But I want to play this window. Man, we're a little bit trickier here than we want to be. We've got to get into a good position to be able to get out from here. So I'm going to try to play the 5 to the 7. I missed. I didn't mean to hit that 15. But now I got the 1 ball. And we're kind of all over the place here, but trying to get into stroke. Now I'm going to hold the 1 from the 1 to the 4. Looks like the 7's going to be my key ball, even though I don't like that. Sometimes in pool you're on plan, you start with plan A and you're at plan G by the time you get out. So here you see where I said we can hit off the rail, hit this 6, and the cue ball is naturally coming underneath this 13 for shape on the 2. Then from the 2 we got the 7, then the 8. So let's try that. I watched a Niels Fayen video where he said, when you have hangers, you either want to be on this cushion or this cushion. So ultimately, and that makes sense, because if you're on this cushion, it makes this hanger a lot easier. You can shoot right into it and come around. And if you're on this cushion, you can shoot right into it and stun underneath. But I happen to have a funny angle here where I can't get as close to the cushion as I would like, because I'd be risking hooking myself. So let me see what this looks like from here. And what about from here? From here, we could chip it and we could come back like this, back and forth. It's another way we can do this. But let's try our way off the rail. So I'm going to try to hit rail first here, catch the 6 thick, and get the cue ball under the 13. Like that. So we hit that how we expected to. Now, with this 7, we got a problem. We got to force it into the 14 to get a shot on the 8. Or we have to float down and get straight in. But the problem is I haven't seen the angle yet. It'd be nice to be able to get off the rail a little bit so I can get some bottom on the 7 if I need to. Yeah, that was a great video from Niels, wasn't it? I absolutely love his videos. So this is perfect because I have a slight back angle, so I'm able to bring the cue ball out. So in this position, I just want to bring the cue ball out a little bit from the cushion so I have freedom to be able to hit the next shot where I want on the cue ball. That's pretty good. So based on this angle, if I'm straight in, I have a bit of an angle here. I think I can draw this back. I'm kind of funny here, to be honest. I can draw this back. I might just barely brush the 14 when I draw this. There we go. Now we got a clear shot in the 8 into the corner pocket. Oh! Okay, so let's say your opponent just dogged the 8 ball, and now you're high ball, and what are you going to run? If you're an amateur and you're scared and you're under pressure and you don't know what to do, an easy shot here is to play the roll and play the safety behind the 14. If you're feeling confident, you just run these balls out. You play the 14 first because it's almost dead straight in. So let's try that. Watch for the double hit on these close shots. always good to play two-way shots when someone has the 8-ball. So I'm going to play for this 9 and the 15 both go in this corner. So I'm going to play this 10-ball and try to come over here. It lays natural for that, and it's a two-way shot. So you want to play two-way shots when you're playing 8-ball, especially when you're clearing up at the end, because if you make a mistake, chances are your opponent's going to be hooked coming to the table. Right? So had I even missed that, my opponent would have been hooked. So this one I'm going to have to take the risk that I'm not going to miss it. So this is high pressure, this shot. But it's going to make the rest of the balls easier because I could play them safely. And we missed it. Okay, let's say we went in. Now what I'm trying to explain here is I would take the risk there because this shot, I could play kind of a two-way shot, right? I could play to try to hook the 8 if I miss, right? You know, leaving your opponent a tough shot. Just a little bit off today. But we'll warm up. And that's your 8-ball run out from the other side. Alright? That was rack number 2. What do you guys think? Should we sink the 8-ball and run out, or should we run stripes or solids? And if we get a dead straight in shot on the 8, we should clear up, like pretend we're solids then, like I did on that rack. What do you think is more beneficial? Because it definitely is a strategy as far as how do you clean up the open balls, especially in lower division. Well, not in lower division, but especially in mid-division league play. Oftentimes, players will make 5 or 6 balls and miss. So you're coming to the table with like 7 or 6 of your own balls, and they only have the 8 or 1 ball left in the 8. So there's a different strategy that you want to play when you're cleaning up those balls. Yeah, I'm steering my stroke a bit because I'm lacking confidence right now, Bang Time. And I'm lacking confidence because I literally just came downstairs and just started playing. If I was, you know, shooting for an hour or so, that'd be a different story. But we'll warm up. I realize what I'm doing with my stroke there. Play to 8. Play to 8, then safeties against the other player. Okay, we can do that. Okay. Is this rack number 3 already? Here's a break that my friend Clayton showed me. And it's from 1 diamond and on the line. And the thing he likes about this break is he always remembers it because he puts his elbow and he adjusts it. He puts his elbow right into the corner pocket of the bar box. Right? Or just over top of it like this. So your arm is right in the pocket. And what he does with this break is he aims to hit the second last ball through the rack like this. Right? And he gets the cue ball to come out off the cushion a little bit. This is my friend Clayton's break. I caught a little too much on I caught it a little bit too much on the right, but he tries to hit a little on the left and brings it the cue ball back and out there. But anyway, aside from the scratch, that was a nice break. And to me, it looks like a run out for high ball here. But what do you guys see? First thing I see is this 3-ball is a little bit of an issue. And also, while the 8-ball goes, the 3-ball on a lot of other bar boxes, you might be able to slot this in, but not on my table. That won't go. The 11-ball is a blocker for the 6. You guys know how tight my side pockets are. So what's the pattern here? High balls. Yeah, okay, high ball. Let's work backwards. Well, the 10's an easy one, right? So, ten ball. Then do we play the 15? Then the 12? 12 to the 11, 14, 13, and out for the 8 ball. I like that. I like that pattern. I was thinking shoot the 10, then the 11, 14, but then it's really easy to shoot this 13 and try to come out for this 11. You're coming across the line of position. It's easy to hook yourself or you leave yourself funky. Even if you leave yourself kind of here, you're on the wrong side of the 15 and now you're having to navigate all this to get back to the 12. So I think the easiest pattern for me is to play this 10, then the 15 to the 12, then try to pick these three out because they're on this side by the 8 ball. If you're in here, it's going to be easy to get position on this 8 ball anywhere in this area with these three last balls. So I'm going to want to pick off the 10, 15, and 12 first. That's the way I would play this. So in game A, you got to play off the line, right? So I'm looking at the 15 now. This is the line of the 15. So if I can stay without hooking myself, if I could stay on this side of the tangent line of the 15, that would be nice because then I would have the natural angle to come to the 12. So we want to make sure we're on this side of the cue stick though, because otherwise we're hooked behind the 7. So that's how I'm going to play this. Just cut this in. It's pretty natural. Just roll this in. Nothing fancy. It looks like we might be dead straight in on this. Let's see. Yeah, I'm dead straight in. So that's okay. I was hoping to be, because I prefer myself, like I prefer to be on this side of the 12. I like these angles where I'm shooting the 12 and the cue ball's naturally going over there. But we could also play it this way from the center where we're shooting the 12 and the cue ball's coming off the cushion and across. So the only thing I don't want to be is I don't want to land kind of funny on this 12. I'd rather be shooting it from this side or shooting it from this side. Angle is so important. So I'm actually going to draw this back a little bit to give myself some more angle. Just a touch. And now I have a natural angle to pot this 12. My cue ball, it's not going to come straight. It's going to have a little bit of forward roll. So if I play this with a little bit of spin, I can avoid the 5 and I can come, naturally down this line for the 11 ball next. Landed nicely on this 11. Or we have the 14, right? So I think I just draw it back a little bit and I leave myself just off straight, almost right where the cue ball is now. And then I just roll this, shoot this in and just roll it in and have my position on the 13 next. A little bit of a stretch here. Okay. Now I'm a little bit straighter on this 14 than I want it to be, but I'm okay. Now I'm going to look at this and see how do I want to get on the 8-ball. Would I like to just shoot it naturally and come 1, 2 cushions out? Or do I want to be here? Well, it's a bit awkward. Do I want to be right here, shoot the 13 and draw out this way for the 8? Those are the two options, right? I like option number 1 because I feel it's natural for me to just get on this side of the 3-ball here. So that's what I'm going to play. Just a small stun shot, half a tip below center. And now I got a nice angle to come naturally 2 rails into position for the 8 into the same corner. Okay, a little farther than we want it to be. But we're okay here. Should we spot that 8-ball and play out solids from here? Or should we go to the next rack? Let's spot the 8. We're making quick work of these racks today, so maybe we'll play more than 5, or maybe we'll talk about some other stuff. It's up to you guys. So what's the pattern here for solids? Right away I'm looking at this 3 and I see 3 to the 5, 5 to the 6, 6 to the 8. So, you know, or I could use this 3 for a key ball as well. So that tells me I want to get rid of these 4 first. So what's the best way? Well, I like to play areas in 8-ball. So if I can come shoot the 1 and I could shoot the 2-ball and come into this area. Look at this. From here, all the way from here I have the 3. From here I have the 7 or the 5. If I go a little farther I have the 6. If I go even a little farther I have the 4. So those are the kinds of lines I look for in 8-ball. So I'm going to play the 1 and then the 2 with angle to do that. Okay? So now you guys know what I'm going to play. I'm going to play 2 rails inside and try to come down this line here. How many different ways I could play position off that. So I ended up with the 5. Or the 6 or the 3, right? So but I think the 5 lays pretty natural to just pot in and avoid the 6 and just touch before the side cushion for the 4. This is just a little stun to hold it and a little spin to kind of throw the 5-ball in. I'm using just a touch of outside. Loose grip. Just to hold for the 4. Now I got an end pattern here. I like the 3 for the last ball. Well, let's see. I have a little angle on this. Another decent last shot is the 6, but my sides are tough, so you'd almost be better off to shoot the 6 in the corner. And I'm a little off angle on this 4, so I'm going to stun out here for the 7 or the 3 next. Natural angles. You got to play your natural shots, right? Oh, man. didn't even look at that. I'm just thinking about the shot. Let's try that again. You got to play your natural angles when you have them. And what I'm not doing is I'm not doing my pre-shot routine. You notice I missed that ball because I didn't even give it the respect, the shot. I didn't respect the shot and do the pre-shot routine. And that blatant miss right there is an example, a great example of how important it is to respect every ball and do your pre-shot routine. So here, look at my contact point. That's what I didn't do. This is the stuff I normally do. Look at that contact point, stand back. See the line, visualize the shot, step into the shot, focus on the contact point and the visualization. Shoot the shot. So that's what I didn't do, right? Now I didn't get far enough on this 7, so I'm going to play the 6, and I'm going to come in between the 7 and 3. So 8-ball is a lot of doing this. If you land funny, you always want to put yourself in a position where you have more than one option until you only have one option. So here I'm looking at the contact point, the shot, visualizing the cue ball where it's going to end up. I keep my eyes focused on that line as I step over to the shot line. Now I step in. And again, I came a little bit short on that 7. I'm decelerating a little bit on my shot, and I'm getting a little bit of movement. I can feel it. So this one I'm going to play follow. And I'm going to play 2 cushions out for this 3-ball. So this is top right-hand side. Just out for the 3 like that. Now this is almost the same shot. I'm going to play a slight drag shot here. Now the drag, Niels has another great video on the drag shot. It's where it allows you to play a little more speed on the cue ball because you slow it down with spin, but you're able to strike the cue ball a little firmer and control the cue ball. So this one's a drag. It's very low on the cue ball, and I'm just trying to slow it down to a stop before it gets right as it hits the 3. It's just like a little pop, right? Now we're straight in on the 8. Give the 8 the respect. Do our pre-shot routine. There we go. That was rack number 4. Yeah, I hear you, cue ball control. That's 100% accurate. You're better off to come down the line of position always if you can, right? Here we are. We're already at rack number 5 today, and the stream has been a lot shorter. We're missing our friend Ron Johnson. I don't know where Ronnie is tonight, but hopefully he shows up. I know the quality of play hasn't been amazing, but I feel like we're getting warmed up a little bit. Hey, what do you think? I'm going to try my buddy's break again. So first diamond, and on the cushion here somewhere, or on the line I mean. Aiming to kind of come off the side cushion, and the key to this is your arm is over the side pocket, or in the corner pocket like this. So here we go. Trying to hit just a little bit on the left-hand side of the 1 ball. Again, we scratch. You can see how it's a good break though. Gives us a really good break, but just scratching the cue ball a little bit today. That's the second or third scratch. Not amazing. Okay. What do you guys see here? High ball or low ball? What are the trouble balls? 3 ball? 6 ball's not really a trouble ball. So the 3 ball is really the only trouble ball I see here for solids. For stripes, you know, this 9 ball does go, but the 15 is a bit of a trouble ball. But it goes as well. It goes up into this corner. We have a good starter with the 12. And I'm already starting to see a little bit of a pattern here that we can shoot. Not crazy about this 10 ball last for the 8, but it's something we might consider. And since we have a ball in hand on the line, it is a difficult shot. But if I had my heart set on solids, I could play the 7 ball in the middle and come 1 cushion to play this 3 ball. Or to get to the 3, I could use this this 2 ball and leave myself a cut on the 3, which I don't like. Or 3 ball could potentially go way up into that corner pocket. But for me, I see stripes here as the easier out. The key is getting from the 14 to the 9. And or 9, 10, 15, any of these 3. So that's the trick. How do we get to those? Or do you play solids here? Do you go for the... Because once you open up the 3, if you could open up the 3 ball, solids is pretty simple. I'm torn here. I don't know what to play. The sample test draw? What is that even? The sample test draw. That must suck. What do you play here, cue ball? Solids or stripes? You call it. I'm going to do what you say. Let me see here. I got kicked out. Hang on. Okay. You like stripes. 15. Oh, that's the 4 ball, but I know what you mean. That's a 12 ball off the 4 soft. Okay. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to come up for the... well, we could play a number of things here. It's tricky getting on this 9 ball. Because we got a small window here. We can get to this 9. And the thing is, if we have angle on this 9, we're hitting this 15, and it could potentially cost us a lot. So Maybe getting this 15 out soon is better. Maybe we can play to the 15 ball off of the 12 somehow. Oh, the 15 might go by this way as well, you know. It's a tight window here, but the 9 goes that way and 15 doesn't. I almost like playing for the 9 right away. Because if I play the 9, I can get nice on it right off the bat. Then that would be a game winner. So let's try that. So we're on the 9 right away. Okay, that's working out. Now do we play the 10 or the 11? We gotta play the 10, but we could play the 15 right now as well and get it out of here. That 10 would make a nice last ball, but how do we get on this 15? Are we going to get better on it? 15's a good last ball as well. If I could go from the 11, if I can go from the 14 and somehow get through here for the for this 10. Another thing is we could try to nudge into the 15 and hit it into a little bit of a better situation. That's another option. I try not to touch the other balls if I can avoid it though. I like to find patterns where I don't disturb the other balls on the table. What's the call from here, you guys? Oh yeah, that's why you like the 12 off the 4 to open it up for the 15. I like the 15 now just because now we gotta get back for the 10. So we have a few options here. Try to hold this. All right. Now, do we play the 14 last? Seems kind of scary to do that. Or do we play the 14, try to get the cue ball to come up here towards the 6 ball? For that 10 ball last. Where are we on the 10? Yeah, I did shoot the 15 bank time, you're right. You and I have very similar pattern play, bang time. So I need to get past on this side of the cue ball to be able to make that 10. So actually I could just naturally roll it to here. And I can play that 10 ball from here and then play 2 cushions underneath the 8. I still like my first shot of playing top with a little touch of inside to come this way towards the 6-ball. It's a touchy shot, but I feel really confident with this shot for some reason. Get by it. All right. Yeah, I felt very confident about that shot. So that just goes to show you when you're feeling confident about something and you feel like it's the right shot for you, it is. It is the right shot for you. Might not be the right shot for everybody, but I'm sure we've all had those times where we're just shooting a ball and we just feel like this is it, this is the shot, and it's a shot you're very comfortable with. That one I just played was very risky, but it was one that I was very comfortable with. So, and I even hit a little bad, to be honest. So here is a touchy shot. I could try to hold this for the 8 in that corner. I could follow and try to come underneath it. I could play here for the 8 into the middle, which I don't like. Corners are better. Naturally, I think this lies. Just got to pot this in with a touch of bottom and come out for the 8 in the opposite corner. Whoa! We just barely held it. And that's... There we go. Might have been a bad shot. But I was trying to play it in such a way where I was going to come into the 5, not get behind it. I forgot to mention that. Okay, so we got a couple runouts today. Now let's spot that 8-ball and pretend we're playing cleanup here. 8-ball spots. Okay, well the safe shot here for solids is to play the 2-ball and leave the cue ball over here. It's not always the right shot though. So, I mean, here naturally this lays pretty natural to run out. Like, you just gotta pot the balls. Okay? They're all just pretty much just sitting there for the taking. I try to find patterns where you can limit cue ball movement. The less you can move the cue ball and 8-ball, I find the better it is. Already rack number 5. You guys want to do some more racks? Or do you want to talk about a subject? What do you want to do? I have another hour or so to do my show. Is there anything you all want to work on? I know bang time, cue ball, I know you guys are accomplished players. Is there anything that you want to talk about and maybe you can help me with and I can help you with? Let's bounce some ideas. Is there a particular shot or style of stroke or break shot or jump shot? Is there anything you'd like to work on? What do you think? I haven't done my tip of the day. I'm not sure. I was thinking about my tip of the day today, but I haven't thought of it yet. So, what's a good tip of the day? I don't know. I don't really have a good tip of the day yet today. Any ideas? You guys, this is an interactive show here. Elevated cue shots for aiming. Always shooting to the right. Elevated cue shots for aiming. Okay. I could talk about bridging over a ball, being tree-topped. The two different techniques I've heard of shooting it. Bang Time, what's your advice for shooting over a ball? Here we go. You're shooting over a ball, right? Shooting the 7 ball. First up, I line them up the exact same way. I step into them and I bridge like this. Okay? It's important to have a solid bridge, especially when bridging over a ball. Another way is to make, 2 fingers. I use 2 fingers on one side because that gives me a better base, I find. That's one thing I do. Okay? And another thing I do is I try to make sure I'm not like shooting sideways like this. I try to make sure my elbow is over the ball if possible. Now I'm 6 feet tall, so some people aren't able to do that and they kind of side stroke a little bit when they're bridging over a ball. Myself, I don't have to do that. I can shoot straight downwards. Okay? And I try to make sure I'm cueing straight. And something I learned off of a video when I play bridging over a ball is there are 2 trains of thought here. Some people say a really loose grip is good. And I watched a video called The Inside Edge on VHS, and it talked about a twist of the wrist here to create downward pressure on the cue. Okay, so by tilting your wrist forward, creating like an angle between your fingers and the top of your hand, you're creating a little bit of tension like this. And so for this shot, you create that tension as you just go through the ball straight, and that helps you to not miss cue or anything. I've had great success shooting over the ball like that. There's your tip of the day for bridging over a ball. Very difficult when you're straight in. See? Especially with that technique of adding the pressure. If you're dead straight in, I find the best is to be extremely loose. I hit the ball straighter that way. What do you think about that? See the spot and stroke it. Focus. Oh, you look at the cue ball last. Okay. Yeah, different strokes for different folks. Okay, so if you're close to the rail and you need to do a stop shot, okay, I'll show you that one. That one's tough. But if you're close to the cushion and you need a stop shot, you're froze to the cushion, and you need a stop shot, you jack up, and you almost do like a jump shot. You're trying to get your cue stick to almost go through the edge of the rail a little bit. You got to give it a little pop, and you got to pop that stroke almost like a jump shot, right? It's really hard. See that? Even then I got a little bit of motion out of it. But if I'm just slightly off the rail, like say less than a centimeter, give it that little pop. You try to get a little bit of backspin on it to hold it, right? See, I was able to control the cue ball pretty decently. Really tough to do a stop shot on that. But I guess what you're looking for is how do I stroke the ball? Let me see if I can show you. Can you see my arm? Let me see. Can you see my arm here? No, you can't really see my arm there. I'm looking. Okay. I'll see if you can see my arm from here. Okay. So try not to be like this, right? You don't want to be like this, and you don't want to be like this the other way, right? Like I'm leaning way over here. So you want your elbow to be straight, right? And I'm gripping with my first finger, my middle finger, and my thumb when I'm bridging. So I'm just bridging like this. And I have a really loose grip. You see my wrists moving? And when I do this shot, and this is off the cushion, right? I punch it like this. That's the shot. Elbow drop, no elbow drop, I don't care. I don't think about that, because what I'm thinking about is how I'm controlling the cue ball. Done it so many times, I probably drop my elbow, but that's how I do it. Okay, it's that little tiny poke, and that's how I'm doing these shots off the cushion to stop it. Very difficult. But I'm bridging on the rail, getting it downward, and that little poke. See? And I'm stopping the cue ball. There's no doubt this is a super difficult shot to play. And if you can avoid it, avoid it. See? Such a tough shot. Another way to try to hold it is to just hit it softly, but then you're putting everything at risk, right? And you got to be able to hold it. Really tough to play like that too. I find when I jack up a little bit, it's better. Try a long one. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, cue ball. The shot that you bring up, bridging off the rail, stop shot, it's one of the most difficult shots I find in pool. Very difficult to play this shot and hold it. You gotta really focus, like Bang Time says. And it's really hard to hold it. Anyway, I hope that helped. Anything else? What else can we go over? It's early, so let's play more racks of 8-ball. Let's play another rack. We're working on 8-ball here, so. Hey guys, sorry about that. Let me try to reset us here. Are you back? Are we back up and running? Sorry about that. Oh my goodness, this is terrible. I have to zoom in. I use my cue here to kind of determine how much to zoom in, and I think it's about there. Let's try this. Okay, we're a little too zoomed in now. Sorry. Just trying to get this set up here. So see how this is. It's not too bad, but let's try to get it a little bit closer. Sorry, bear with me, guys. Just want to zoom in. Right about there. Let's try that. Well, we're a little bit tight there, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm just going to try to give you guys more of a view of the table. Good enough. You can see the corner pockets still, so that's good. I'm doing this all on my phone, guys, so sorry for the... I don't have full-time setup, camera setup or anything like that. I literally do this every time, so... Okay, we're back up and running here. Sorry for the interruption. Let's start a new rack. I scratched on that brake again. I'm going to try to brake a little more head on. And I didn't hit the ball on the brake. I'm going to try the brake that I'm going to try to use for Summer League this summer. It's a head-on brake. Cue ball, are you there? Can you hear me? Is the volume good? Can you hear the sound? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Sounds good, okay. Sorry. All right, so again, I'm gonna go with that grip, that distance, and grab my cue ball here. And I'm gonna try right about there. Avoided the scratch. We didn't make a ball. But we have an open table. And what do you think? Solids or stripes? We'll always start by looking at low ball, then high ball. So for the low ball, I see it's 5 balls tied up. This 3 ball, although it goes in both pockets, you really want to hit it from this side. I guess you could play a window for it right here and shoot it into that corner. 4 ball goes. So really the only thing is to get this 5 ball out, right? It's pretty tricky to do that. Two trains of thought. You can move the 5 or you can move the 11 so that the 5 will go. These are things to think about when you're playing 8-ball. So ultimately, the best way I would try to break this out is to come off from this rail into them this way. Whether I hit the 5 from here or I hit the 11 from here. The reason why is if I can get the cue ball to come in this way towards these balls, I'm going to be left with one of these two, the 1 or the 6. So if there were a way I could come under and into the 11 or the 5, that's what I would want to play. And the reason why I say that is because there actually is a way I can do that. I can play the 2 ball and draw. I could even come 1, 2, 3 rails and hit this 11 from the backside. Chances are I'm going to get the 1 or 6 and I'm going to develop the 5. Okay? So that would be a plan for me for low ball if I could. Well, actually, I can't even hold that with the 7. I have too much angle on the 7. So what would be another way we could break out that 11-5? First thing I looked at was, can I get it past this 14 and get this way? If I hit the top of the 5, that would be good. The worry is to get under the 11, kiss it, and scratch. So that's a worry from that. Yeah, it's trouble. It's trouble. What about the high balls? Are the high balls so bad? The 13 ball's got to go before the 14. The 11 ball goes, but you got to be in this window here. Or you got to be over here to be able to cut it in. Right? Shoot the high balls, play the 9. What's after the 9? Cue ball shoots solids. Bang time shoots high ball. I do have a combination here, a 13-14 combo, but the 13 will naturally roll and could get into some trouble. So I really don't like that. I have a clear shot on the 9, and what I like about it is I could try to come across and hit this 8 ball over. Maybe the cue ball rolls through and I get the 13, but regardless, I'm going to get this 10 ball. So that's a thing. Yeah, I don't know what to play here. I got this easy 7 ball starter. Another thing playing VNA to mention, if the cue ball was in the open, I can make that solid strike combo, and you got to watch for shots like that when you're playing VNA because it's a legal shot and you can continue shooting. So something to think about. Where can I go? I can cut this 3. I could play through this window here and maybe get the 13. That's a good shot. Let's try that. So I'm going to go with high ball here. All right, it's not bad. Was able to miss the 8. 10 ball will sneak by the 2, so I'm looking at that because my natural path of the cue ball is coming this way, right? So I could come out for the 15 or the 10. I could play the 11 right now, you guys, and come back around. This actually might not be a bad shot to play the 11 right now, because I could play the 11 and come around for this 15, and then I can come back down for the 13 again. Because I really didn't get on the 13 how I'd like to, you know? But I am perfect on this 11 ball, and you know, the 11 is a key ball for the rack. It's one that you really want to get out of there. If you don't get perfect on it, there are 2 balls you have to get pretty good on, the 11 and the 13. And I don't like where I lay on this 13, so I'm going to play this 11 ball and come up for the 15. So I'm just going to see where I want to be on this 15. And I'd like to be somewhere in this area. If I roll past that, I do have the 12. And if I come short, if I come really short, I got the 15. I got the 10. So when you look at all those possibilities, you know, like say you're under a pressure situation and you're playing this 11 ball for your team, and you're feeling the anxiety, and you're feeling the pressure, and you're feeling all of that. It's good to take your time and consider that, okay, if I really decelerate on this, even if I came out here, I would have the 10 ball. If I come up here and land funny, I got the 15. If I come here, I can cut. So what you're doing by imagining the line of the cue, the path of the cue ball, and imagining where all the possibilities, and you start to realize that you have like this giant zone where you can make a ball, it really helps take the edge off, because you're like, you know what? I don't need to be as concerned in this high pressure situation of pinpoint position. I can comfortably pocket this 11 and play the odds, and the odds are sitting pretty high at this point in the game that I'm going to get, as long as I pot the 11, I'm going to have a shot. So I think that's sage advice for anybody that's playing in a tournament and feeling the heat, you know, in 8-ball, to analyze the situation and try to ease your nerves by reminding yourself of all your options. Yeah, should be able to get to the 13. Yeah, absolutely. I like the 11. So after everything I just said, yeah, that's what I'm going to play, is this 11 ball here. So I'm standing way back at the table, and I'm visualizing right now. Look at this. This is probably the worst place I could land of all of those places. And I still, I think, have a shot. So, you know, that wasn't, this is literally the worst place to be of all of those positions I just labeled, because I hit it a little bit too firm. So, okay, I have a really thin cut on this 15 ball. Man, I'm so out of position here. That was a poor shot. I can see the combo, I think. I do have the really tight 10 ball past the 2. But I think what I play here is I play this 15 ball thin. Try to come down, back down for the 10. See here, let me visualize this and see what's happening. I might be able to cut this and try to come over here for my 13 off of this. But I like to play this with a lot of outside spin just to get more of a cut. So let's try. We might have the combo after this. I don't know. We're going to lose the cue ball here. We've got a really thin cut, so. And we missed it. Yeah. So, big mistake there. Cost us the game. And now we've opened up this 5-ball. So, potentially, like, we would lose this game. If I were playing lead here, I would probably lose this game. So, now we are solids. I'm going to check if the 3 goes by the 4. Looks really tight. It might go by. It for sure will go by if we can get to the 4 and then play the 2 to the 3. So the 7 ball is a good pivot ball to try to get on some of these. And I see a pretty natural position here to shoot the 6 and come to the middle of the table for the 5 ball. So let's try that. Okay. So now we're going 5, 1, 7. Or do we go 7 maybe down to the 4? The 3 is a tricky ball here. So how do we want to do this? How do we get on that 3 ball? So from the 1 here, I can get to the 7. And from the 7, I can get to the 2, the 3, or the 4. So let's play this 5. Roll through just slightly. Give myself not too much of an angle, but a little angle to work with. Just like that. Now I want to be along this line here, so I can come 2 rails into that. Cue ball talks about coming 2 rails toward position. We're going to utilize that with this shot. 2 rails toward the 7. Now with the 7 ball, we lay pretty good to get on the 2. We just got to hold this 7. We did that. Now, do we play this difficult, super tight 3 ball? Or do we try to go from the 4 to the 3? Because the 4 to the 3, I'm telling you, you got to be pretty perfect. Or do we try for the 2 to the 3? Because we have a chance to play a straight pool shot here, play the 2, come through, and hit this 14 ball for the 3. It lays pretty natural for that, to be honest. It's almost a natural line for it to do that, but I realize it's so risky. The 3 goes, so the smart shot is to try to hold for the 3. You need to really commit. Like, does the 3 go or not? Let's look. If it goes, man, it's super tight. I think it goes, but it is super tight. But I think it's riskier to play to try to hit the 14 than it is to play for the 3. Because a lot of bad things can happen. If you come across and you catch the top of the 3, your cue ball's going over here, your free ball's going over there, and that's end of run, man. So that's not worth it. You want to play the solid choice, and that's to shoot this in pocket weight. And just try to play this 3, get as straight in on it as you can. Because the next shot we're going to be playing the 4 ball. We're going to come 2 rails for position up here on this 8. And all we need to do is really focus hard on pocketing this 3 ball. Now, it is really super tight. All right, we snuck it in. So now, I was going to play out here, but now the angle I have, it's actually quite natural or easy to play anywhere into this position. I just got to be able to come into this. 2 lines, cue balls away. You want to play 2 rails and come here because then you're coming towards the 8 ball. So you're giving yourself that line and you're creating like almost 58 inches of, well, maybe not. Once you get here, you have this far, and then you have this far. So you have technically like this amount of window to get the cue ball into, right? If you put this on the table, look at that. That's like almost 1/3 of the table. So if you play this shot correctly, as soon as the cue ball passes this line, it has almost 1/3 of a table to still be able to play shape. And what I like about coming this way, normally I wouldn't play to my tight side pockets, but I have this 15 ball here. And so this pocket is huge now. It's like quadruple the size. So that's the play. Draw this 2 rails for the 8 into the side. Okay. Pretty easy. So now I'm playing, the easiest way to miss this is to hit the inside horn. I can hit it anywhere from here all the way to here. So I'm going to aim to the center of that, which is right here, to give myself the best chance of making the ball. And I hit it dead in the heart. Hey, did we run one out? Or did we miss there? I forget. I think we started with stripes there, didn't we? And then we missed. Okay, so we're going to spot this up, and now we're playing high ball, but now we have a problem. So a couple ways you can deal with this. For lower level players, I would suggest letting your opponent kick at this. So I would play a shot probably similar to this, where I'm leaving them distance and I'm hooking my opponent, because they might not even want to try to hit this, because the reason why I want to leave distance is because it's hard for them to hit the ball soft, right? I want them to have to hit this ball kind of firm if they hit the 8, because I want to have a good chance to come out of it having a shot. Sometimes if you leave somebody too close to the 8 ball, they can just, especially if it's close to a rail, they can just hit the 8 ball softly, touch a rail, and you're screwed. So that's why a lot of the time it's good to create distance with the safety shot. I hope that makes sense. So that's the shot I would play. And let's continue from here. So now I'm the 8-ball. What do I want to do here if I'm shooting the 8-ball? Well, it's like I said, I want to be able to freeze, but I can't roll up to this 8-ball because something has to touch a cushion after contact. So I gotta blast this thing if I'm gonna blast it, right? Which is very difficult to do. So depending on the level of play you're at, if you're at a very low level, you might be advantageous to just not break out the 8 and give up the ball in hand if you're playing a really low level where, you know, say players only get one ERO, if that, a season. Say, if you're playing in a league where the person who gets most EROs in the league gets 1 or 2, then you might want to just give up a ball in hand here, because at least then they have to try to figure out how they're going to break out the 8 and 13, which a lot of people struggle with at lower levels. I really did a good safety here, and it's pretty tough to hit. I'm looking at it, and I got to come off 2 cushions, maybe 1 cushion. It looks like I might be able to come off here and just skim this 1 cushion. And if I can get the cue ball to come all the way back here and freeze to this end rail, I would be the happiest guy ever. So, you know, 1 rail kick cross side. Yeah. You want to see it? You want to see that? I might have enough to do that. 1 rail kick cross side. Okay, let's go for it. Cross side, 1 rail kick by request. Oh! Not a bad shot. Not a bad shot. Good suggestion. You know what? I really love that suggestion, and I didn't see that shot. I didn't see that shot, cue ball. Thanks for telling me that. You know? And that example right there is exactly why I started this live stream. I did not see that shot. You did. And it was the right shot. It was a great shot because it was not only possible, it was offensive, you know? And I had a chance to win the game there. So, you know, if you have a chance to win the game, I think that's a good play. So now we're high ball again. And the way I'm seeing this is it's all about what your comfort level is. You can roll this 13 ball in, or you could play this 15 in the side. But either way, you want to play it in such a way where no matter what happens, you're playing position for a safety. So when I look at this 8 ball, I want to be anywhere the cue ball, anywhere in this triangle here, right? All the way up to here. So I'm going to play this 15 ball at that speed where the cue ball is going to play and hook the person on the 8. I'm trying to pocket the 15, but also play safe on the 8. And this helps your safety game, and it's just smart strategy. It's good 8 ball play. It's good practice to do this. And we got the hook on the 8 ball. So even if we got a kick or we missed the ball, we played that the right way, in my opinion. Now, there comes a time in 8 ball when you're at a certain level, when you feel confident that you're going to get out. If you feel confident that you're going to run these balls, and I do, I would shoot the 10, roll forward, play the 12, in the corner or in the side, shoot the 13 and come underneath for the 14, and depending on my angle, I could come out for the 8 in the side, I could come straight off the cushion for the 8 in this corner, I could play draw and come 2 cushions out for the 8 in this corner, I could get a funny angle and pop out for the 8 into that corner or this side. So I would feel very confident I could run this out. If you're not feeling confident, then you continue to play the strategy of safe. The safest way to run this out is to play this 13 ball and come for the 14. Because if you happen to miss it, I don't even think there's a way. No, there's not a way you can get a clean pot on this 8 ball. So the safest way to play 8 ball and the smartest way is to do low risk, you know? Nowadays, these kids are jumping everything, so if you did miss this, someone would probably just jump over it and make it, but this is still the right way to play. Right? And now I've played for that 14. Now again, anywhere from in here, I want to stay in this zone because I am hooking the person on the 8 ball, right? So I want it to be a little straighter on this 14, but I'm going to try to stay in the zone where I'm hooking my opponent. Very important in 8 ball. See? And I got a hook again, and I'm dead straight on this 10. And now it's stop, stop 8, right? Even if it wasn't, I could still say the cue ball was here. I got the 12 ball stop, I got the 10 stop, but you see how we played that the safest way we could. Now we're gonna have to take some risk. But it's very low risk. All we had to do was a stop shot, a little stun shot. Oh, man, did I ever underhit that? But even then, that's the way you run out that rack from behind. I hope that made sense. I gotta grab a water. Give me a second. Yeah. Friction. What did you think of that little lesson? I think that's a great lesson for amateur players. You know? Yeah, your miss also leaks out the cue ball. Well, that's what I'm trying to show you is that if you calculate it where even if you're looking at the miss angle, you know, you can look at it and it helps you build confidence when you feel like you're playing in from a safer position, right? So you're gaining confidence from that, you know? Yeah, let's do one last rack for the night, and then we'll call it. Man, tonight has been a lesson in scratching on the brake. I gotta really try to not scratch on the brake, you know? Use a little brake patch here this time. High ball's looking good. High ball's looking really good. So is low ball. Two ball's tricky for low ball. So we always start out by looking at low ball, guys, and then I'm going to start getting into a rhythm here. We always will start with low ball, and then we'll look at high ball. Just so you guys know what I'm going to look at, so you can think along with me. This way we can, as a group, we can look at low ball and then high ball. All right? That's going to be the way we do it. So if I was going to run out low ball here, it looks like I have the one to the corner or the one to the side, right? The 6 and 5 don't go. I have a very difficult cut on the 3 over a ball, so that's not something I'm interested in. So side or corner. We have a very difficult 2 ball into the middle here, but it does go. And I tell you what, if you make that, you're out. Because automatic shape on the 4, then you got the 3, 5, 6, all right there, right? 7, you got all kinds of opportunities with that. Another thing, so you'd be thinking, how do I get to that 2? Well, this cut is really thin on this one. You could actually risk coming into the 2 ball here. You could cut this one with side and come into the 2 ball here, and you have a great potential of coming out with a shot. It's very high percentage if you're hitting the 2 ball. Another shot you have is the one into the corner. Now, with the one into the corner, your cue ball, you can play a little bottom and get off this side cushion, but you want to pop it out for the 7, or you want to commit to it and really stroke it and try to come through this way for the 6 or the 3, right? And then at the very end of the rack, you're going to want to play the 2, then the 4, then the 8 into the side. Right? That's a potential shot as well. So that's low ball. Give me your 7 ball, low ball run out pattern. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's your pattern for running out low ball? Yes, that's true. Good shape on a missed shot is not where you'd be if you made the shot. Absolutely. I agree with that. But you'll see my 8-ball game is, I play a lot of percentage play. Let's see your 7-ball pattern of 8-ball on this rack. For me, I'll tell you what my 7-ball pattern is. Well, I like the 1, then the 2 or 4. And then I think I go 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, or I go 3, 6, 5, 7, 8. That's what I play here. 1 in the side, 2, 4, 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Yeah, I see that pattern. That's what I think too. Tough to hold for the 2 though. I might be coming towards it and maybe nudging it. Okay. Good idea. Let's look at high ball here. Now high ball, one of the only tricky balls I see actually is the 14. And you could play it last. The 14 is tricky, and of course the 9 on the cushion. So for me, the first shot obviously is the 13, and play for the 9, right? Now, depending on your angle, if you get nice on the 9, I think it's actually natural to pot the 9 and come straight across for the 11 shoot the 9, come straight across for the 11 into the side. If you get perfect on that 14 up into the corner, that's not a bad shot either at that point. So if it was take what you make, we would have to shoot the stripes here, you know? So what is your pattern for the stripes? We have the 9, then the 10 down here, then the 11, the 12, the 13, and the 14. Myself, I'll tell you what my pattern is. 13, man. I might try something crazy here. I might shoot the 13 and try to come down for the 10 and play this window up for the 9. Just because I feel like I could deal with that situation and get back into it. Or, so I would go 13, 10, 9, 11, 12, 14. I don't know. The 14 is a tricky ball, man. Just to get on it. I could play the 14 right now. I could also play the 12 ball right now. But I think 13 to the 9 is the right play. Then you have to deal with how am I going to get to the 14 and 10 ball. This is tough. 13, 9, 11, 15, so that's 12. Then I fail. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, you fail. So I think we've decided then that the stripes are actually harder than the solids here. So what do you want to see me attempt, stripes or solids? Take what you make, or let's try to execute our plan. What do you say? Solids. Okay, let's try your plan, cue ball. Really tough to get on this too, but I feel like it's the key shot is the first shot here. One in the side, and I kind of like spinning this towards the 2 ball here. I don't know if I can hold it. I was trying to come towards the 2 ball there. Oh, that's the worst position. Okay. Well, that's what I was afraid of. But you know, there's so many options with the solids. So now I like playing the 2, the 4, then the 8 last, which means we're gonna play this 6, 5, 3, and 7 next. So I'm gonna play the 6 ball. Try to miss the bottom of the 7, but if I hit the bottom of the 7, that's okay too. I'm trying to miss it. I caught the bottom of the 7, but that's all right. We got the 5 to the 3 because the 3 ball, the 4 is tight under the 3 now, so we could still go back around here. We could play this 7. We could play this 7 ball last. We could try to get back up on, or we could play the 7 ball now and try to get on the 2 ball and come back around. But I kind of like the 5. And come for the 5 to the 3. And then the 2, 4, or 5 to the 3, then the 7, 2, 4, and 8. So let's try this. Let me see what you say here. What do you got? Bump the 4 when shooting the 5. Yeah, I can do that. Absolutely. But I was thinking I could maybe try to miss it. Do I take the 7 now and get on the 5? Or do I take the 7 now? So it's kind of tricky. I like the 5. Let's not overthink it. I'm going to try to come in between the 3 and 4. And not touch either one of them. Well, I just barely bumped the 4. You're right. There wasn't any way to avoid. There was a way to avoid it, but I didn't do that. Okay, so I don't like the 7 into the side. So what I want to do is I want to end up somewhere in this first diamond on this 7, because actually I don't want to end up here because it'd be kind of tricky. I'd like to be dead straight into the 7 in the corner, or slightly on this side of it so that I could use this rail and come out for the 2 into the middle. If I get funny, I do have the shot for the 7 in the side, but it's not ideal. So I'm going to stun this across, try to get straight on the 7. We're pretty straight, so that worked out fairly well. But now I'm going to eat my words, because the 7 in the side almost gives us the perfect angle if we can miss the 11. Seven in the side, well, I don't like it. But now I'm so straight, I should have looked at this better, because, man, I don't want to be so far away shooting this 2 ball. It's so tight. I'd really like to be close to it. So I would have been better off having a little bit of an inside rail to come here and get closer to this 2 ball in hindsight, right? Or straighter on it. So I think it might be worth it to try to sneak this into the side and miss the 11 ball, if possible. Really tough to do, but let's see. I think we can do it. All right, it's a lot better than if I would have played it into the corner. It was a touchy shot. I could have actually come just a little bit farther. Oh, you were thinking a harder bump on that. Okay. This is a touchy shot. We just got to barely touch this in. Really difficult from this angle. Just. Now we have too much angle on the 4. Where do we go for this 8 ball? I don't think we can hold it. If we just miss the 13 and we're over here, we could cut this 8 ball in from here, right? Something to think about. We could play this window here for the 8. We could even maybe play top and come past this 10 and 2 rails and out here for the 8 into this side. That's an option. No, actually, I don't think it's an option. If we play inside, we're going to scratch. That's not worth it. We got to play just to miss the 13, and we got to play to this pocket right here to cut the 8. Looking at it now. So another way is to risk bumping the 8. Don't like that at all. Another way, I'm missing the 8 ball, but I could come 2 cushions over here and leave myself a cut into that corner pocket, which I don't like either. I think my first option is the best one, to try to miss this 13 and come to this side cushion over here somewhere. And then from here, cut the 8 into the side. It lays pretty natural for that. So let's do that. Just wanted to be a little off the cushion there. Now I just got to look at the tangent line, make sure I'm not scratching. So my tangent line is coming here, but with a little bit of top I could scratch, so I got to be cautious on this. Really got to watch it. Make sure I got a good contact, not too much top on the ball, just want to hit it kind of pure, right? And I should come up by where my phone is on the table, kind of by the first diamond. I visualize the whole shot before I play it. Right at the first diamond. So that was good. That was good. Our solids worked out. We had some, we had a little bit of drama through the rack, but we managed to figure it out. So I'm going to spot the 8-ball and let's finish this out from solids, or from stripes, I mean. Here's the 8-ball, spot it up. Now your stripes, what is the safe way to do stripes here? Obviously my basement is a little bit different. I'm very hampered by this pole, but the shot I see first is this 11-ball, playing the cue ball through this window, and I have all these different shots to play. I could end up down there, but I know naturally it's coming, and it's banking up here for the 9 and the 12 next. If I wasn't feeling confident, this shot here is a safety. Hit the 9-ball full. I'll just do it. I'll show you the safety. You try to hit the 9-ball full with a little bit of right spin and get the cue ball right behind it to take away the jump. This is the safety if you're not feeling confident running the rack. That's the safety right there. Okay? Now your opponent has a tough, if you can hit it even softer than that and leave it like this, then you're golden, but let's try this again. This is the safety here. That's even better, right? So that's the safety. And if you're going to play the shots, then I suggest this 11-ball. It lays pretty natural to get the bit position on the 9. Oh, I didn't see that. I was kind of hampered. Let's try that again. I was kind of hampered by the post in my basement here, but you got to play that with a little bit more of a pop to it. I really decelerated on that stroke, so play with a little touch of bottom and a little bit of a pop. I got a better stroke here now. There it is. And you're playing up for this 9-ball, right? Now you're kind of playing those safe zones again. You're playing, but now you can feel comfortable. You made that risky shot. Now you can play behind the 13, right? Hide behind the 13 for that shot. Now I just like to play for both of these balls. I know I'm going to end up on one of them, but try to play for one of them. Try to get behind the 13 if I can again. Play for the 13 up in that corner, right? And this one, I might play down for the 10 and back up because you're leaving the person the tough bank shot. I still play for both, but I'm trying to leave a difficult cut. Okay, I missed that. But you know, if you're playing confident, you're just going for these shots and you're just trying to make them. You're not, you're not too concerned. It's all about confidence, right? It's 2 cushions, right? 2 cushions down. This is a good shot to play confidently sometimes. And this shot is with 1 touch of inside spin. And what you do on this, and it comes up in 9-ball a lot, is if you want to play confident on this particular shot, it's easy to roll it and try to hold it or whatnot, but a lot of the time you end up with a long shot on the 8. if you're trying to hold it. You could play with a ton of spin and try to get it to this window. You could roll it soft and try to come up to this area. You could roll it with outside and try to come up here. But kind of a fun way to play this is to hit it with a firm stroke and come 1, 2, 3 cushions and towards the 8-ball for position. Now it's a risky shot, but this is a good shot to know for 9-ball, because this kind of comes up often, and a lot of the time you want to play a ball more positively if you can. Now I hit the 10-ball there, or I hit the 8-ball. Try that again. I know the shot because I've played this one quite a bit in 9-ball. Just didn't hit that with enough spin. That's the shot. But the idea is, if you're feeling confident and you want to put a positive stroke on the ball, the position is almost natural if you focus on the pot. I can't seem to make the shot. Man, I overcut this ball a lot, eh? Man, something's up with my vision. I've just discovered a shot that I don't see very well. I don't see this shot very well at all. Huh. It's very interesting. So I try to hit it fatter. Is that it? Because the inside juice pushes it out? Yeah, that's it. Oh man. So the trick is to try to hit it fatter, because when I'm playing inside, it's pushing the cue ball this way to explain it. So instead of aiming to hit it here where I was overcutting it, aim to hit it fat to adjust for the the squirt of the cue ball, right? Let's try it again. I think I can pot it again now that I know. It's about learning your cue, and learning even low deflection cues have a little bit of squirt and a little bit of deflection, even though it's a lot less. See, my natural sight to sight that is overcut it. I actually get quite a bit of the squirt from my cue on this. That's a good way. So, yeah, that's the shot. So I think on that, I'm going to end it. Thanks so much for tuning in today, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks again for your support. I hope you may have picked up a tidbit of information on today's stream. I did get some things from you, so I really appreciate it. Thanks so much to you too. Am I going to see you in Red Deer cue ball? Are you going for that? My wife and I are going to play in Scotch doubles for the first time in a very, very long time, so I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to be there in Red Deer. Hopefully Tony will be there, and I get to meet Tony Robles and maybe even play some pool with him. That would be great. You're not going to be there? Oh, that's a bummer, man. What about Calgary's hidden spot, Bar Box, Stampede Bar Box? You going to play that one? Where are you? You're in Edmonton, or you're in Calgary, or where are you at again? You're in Edmonton, right? Oh yeah, shit. You're far away, Prince George. Okay, Ben. Well, thanks again for supporting the stream, and I really appreciate you. And hopefully soon we'll be getting more and more people in here to join us. But it's hard for me to keep viewers when I start out the way I did today. I'm missing dead easy balls. Even though, out of I don't know, I'd have to go back and watch the stream, but out of all those racks, even though we were scratching in the break, I think we did run out quite a few of them. So we did warm up, but it's hard to keep the stream going if you start the stream and then you miss like 3 or 4 balls in your first rack. Hard for people to be like, I want to continue watching this guy shoot poorly. So I'm going to have to do better than that if I want to keep viewers. But thanks for staying in, and hopefully I hope to make up for some of that poor play by adding good explanations of things and good strategies that people can hopefully learn from, especially the lower div players. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. And until next time, I'll see you next Saturday night. Thanks.